If you're sending cold emails, there's a way to host your website that will land you in spam, and there's a way to host it that will avoid that problem. Now, the old way of hosting a website is basically you have all your cold email domains and then you redirect them to one website that is hosted on your main website, so your main company page. But when you have like 100 different redirects happening here, Google and Outlook and these email service providers are starting to get smart. Now, this is a problem mainly because they are going to put you in spam. So the more you do this, the higher the chance that you will get landed in spam, and you don't want that. So what is the new way? Now, the new way is basically similar to the old way, but instead of redirecting your websites, you are instead cloning them. So that means that each of these domains are individually hosted. So this is hosted on its own domain and here as well. If you were to do this per domain, it would be quite expensive, because imagine you have 100 domains and you had to pay hosting every month. Even if that's $5 a month, that's still like $500 per month. And that's not necessarily a cost that you would be willing to pay. Well, there is a way to actually host all of your domains and do a lot more for only $97 a month. And that is through GoHighLevel. So if you click on the checklist, I linked it here in this step. We're going to walk through setting up GoHighLevel and then showing you how to link your domains in such a way that you only actually have to create one website, but then you can immediately clone it to each of the subdomains. Doesn't take very long to do, but it's this initial setup of GoHighLevel that will take some time. So let me walk you through that for the business that we are demoing. And by the way, if this is the first video you're watching, we're actually building an offer from zero, going through the setup. So there are many videos before this that you can watch as to how we got to this point. So for now, what I'm going to do is just copy this link and opening up in our incognito browser here. I would have already logged in. And then what we're going to do is just sign up for the free trial. And then they're going to ask you to fill in your company name. Our company name was Never Record because we're trying to create an offer here where people never have to record again for their content. Email was nick@never.com. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in, okay, so they ask you to input your credit card number. That will be charged after the 14-day trial is up. They're making it clear that no charges will be processed today. And so I'm going to go ahead and do it and show you guys what happens after you click through this. Okay, so this is what happens after you submit your payment information. So now you're going to click here to get started, and you have to do a few setup steps because the way that GoHighLevel works, by the way, this software is so powerful, unbelievably powerful. It doesn't just do hosting of your websites. No, this software can do automations. It can do emailing. It can create forms. It can build funnels. It can do project management. It can build AI agents. There's so much to do here, which we will demo in future videos. But for now, it at least solves the problem of hosting your website. It will do so at a cheaper rate than paying individually. All right, so I got the code here. I'm going to type that in. And now I'm going to enter my billing address and things like that. So I'm going to skip here. Now they do ask you here if you want to resell. For your purposes, you're going to click no. But if you are, say, making an agency and you're a business owner for an agency, then you might actually want to click yes on this. I'm just going to go ahead and put this. Let's go ahead and just put the minimum number and then skip the rest of this, okay? So they're gonna want you to get on their onboarding call, which we don't need. So you're gonna have to put your tax ID information, and if you live in the US, there's usually an EIN number that you can plop into here. If you say I don't have a tax ID, then they won't prompt you to update it. Okay, so now you're finally in the software. There's a bunch of things you could do, but the first thing you're gonna wanna do is create a sub account. Usually when you sign into your dashboard, there's the agency dashboard, and then there's the sub accounts dashboard. You need to be working in the sub accounts dashboard. So what you're going to do is, you see on the left bar here, it says sub accounts. You need to go ahead and click that and then click here, add sub account. They have a few templates. These are sometimes good because they'll have, like, say, pre-built automations, funnels that you can leverage. For example, let's just say we are a business coach or consultant and we just wanted to use that template, add account. There we go. Save. And so now it's going to ask for your business info. So you're going to have to input this again. Because remember, the agency account and the sub account are two different things. So the agency owns the entire agency, but you might have different businesses under the sub account. I know it's technical, but sometimes, like if you're working with a client, the client has its own sub account. So you put different information in both places. Your information needs to go in the agency and your client information will go in the sub accounts. However, because we are both the agency and the client in this case, then you need to re-input your information again. which I will do here. Okay, so then you go ahead and hit save. Now it's creating a sub account for you. Yeah, if you go to now here, you should see there is a sub account. This is actually the account you will be working in when you link your domains. So that was the first step. You only have to do it once. Once it's set up, you never have to do it again. So now when you log into this sub account, this is where you'll be working in. If you wanted to link, say, sites to this, which is what we were trying to do, we would now go ahead and link our domains to GoHighLevel. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Navigate over here to sites on the menu bar. And again, make sure you're in the sub account. And then once you get to sites, you have to click on this little gear icon over here. You click on that, it's going to ask you to connect a domain. So this is where we link our domain. So for example, our primary domain was neverrecord.com. We click continue and it's going to ask you, do you also want to add the www. I always say yes to that because for some reason, if somebody types that in, you want to make sure that that also gets updated. What you're going to have to do now is put these records into your DNS on Pork Bun. So we've done this before. So the way in which we're going to do it now is go ahead and go to Pork Bun. You're going to have to actually delete the existing alias and CNAME. So find this alias here that says pixie@porkbun.com and hit delete. And find the CNAME that says pixie@porkbun.com and then hit delete. Now that you've done that, now you can actually add the records. So I just know that in the past, when those have been there, it just wouldn't let me add. Okay, so now you post those in, click add, and then now you do the CNAME, www. And then this one here, click add. Now those should reflect. So you see here, CNAME, and then the A record. So going back to GoHighLevel, and then now I'm going to click verify. So if you do this too fast, sometimes it doesn't verify and you have to do it again because it does take some time for the DNS records to update. But I think in this case, we should be good. All right. So now that it's linked, this is the screen that you'll see. So the next step, it's going to ask you to now link it to a funnel. Now you don't have to do this here. If you're like, I don't really want to link it to anything because I haven't made the funnel yet, that's fine. You can just click proceed to finish. And what you're going to see now is that these two domains are actually linked to your account. Now this one is just a redirect to the original. You don't really have to be updating this one, but the original, this is how you can edit the funnel. So if at any point in time you want to clone a website to this domain, you literally just have to come here, click edit, and then pick the website that you want to clone onto this domain. Let's go back to sites. Here you see they preloaded a website for you, like a funnel. So let's take a look at their funnel, what it looks like, and I'll show you what that domain, how to clone it onto that domain. So say this is the funnel that you're like building, right? It's just a simple funnel about your business. You have some testimonials, where you live, how to book a call, etc. Now, the problem is I want to get that onto my domain, neverrecord.com. Because if I go to neverrecord.com right now, this is what shows up. So what I want to do is really get neverrecord.com to basically have this website or my official website. You just update this one website that you have, and then you want to clone it onto all your websites. In order to do that, the first thing you have to do again is go to sites, go back over to settings and find the domain, and then just click edit. Once you do that, you can link it now to whatever page you want. So let's say I want to link my domain to this offer page, which is this page. Let's do that and click save. So this was my domain, and let's refresh now. And voila, you see, now the domain page is updated. Even if I had another domain in here, like let's just connect one real quick. And this is the same process we went through earlier. Get neverrecord.com. Let's link it. And now let's link these records to our DNS. This is going to be an A record. And then click add. And then change it to CNAME. And this one is going to be www. And then this one is going to be here. Once that's done, normally you want to give it like 30 seconds. Okay. And so now it's linked. We can go proceed to finish. Now you can see this domain has been linked plus a www version. If I go to this domain right now, it'll have nothing on it, right? But if I now wanted to update it, I click edit, and it's as simple as cloning that initial funnel page onto that website. and saving it. Now this will take some time because we just linked it. It needs time for the security records to update, and that takes a little bit longer. All right, it took about 5 minutes, but it did update. And so now getneverrecord.com. If I refresh that now, it's showing. That's pretty much it. Basically, you'd go down the list and link every single domain to your GoHighLevel, and then you would also link them to that one funnel step. The easy part about this is that you're only updating one funnel. So like this is your main funnel website, and then you're cloning this onto every single domain. And now they're individually hosted, and you don't have to pay per domain to host them. You pay that one flat GoHighLevel fee, and then GoHighLevel can do a lot more, which we'll talk about in the next video, including how to make your calendar, how to automate follow-ups so that people actually show up to calls, and then how to build your funnel and implement it. All the other things, like once somebody pays you, how to automatically create an opportunity in your pipeline and manage that project from end to end. If that's something you're interested in doing, then keep watching this series, and I'll see you in the next video.